It's Allison Dayne.
And Caroline Abbott.
And you're on
Rage Bait.
Today, what are we talking about?
The Manosphere.
The documentary.
The documentary Louis Theroux made about the Manosphere.
And boy, wasn't it something.
Oh, I learned so much.
I'm glad that I'm a woman to have watched that, so I know what I should be doing differently.
Just when you think, oh, it's bad, but it's not that bad. It's a small subsect of the population, right?
No.
Right?
No.
No!
So let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the people that were interviewed.
Yeah, so Louis Theroux basically interviewed 4 main Manosphere influencers. There was also a 5th one.
Yes, kind of.
Kind of a featured credit, if you will. The first one, and the one who bookends the documentary, is HS Tiki-Taki.
My kids are going to be very, very happy, very fulfilled. They can do what they want.
You sound a bit like Bonnie Blue.
In what way?
You're saying it doesn't really matter what choices I make because I'm making money and my kids will enjoy a high standard of living. So
Not at
my
all.
choices are irrelevant.
What, me posting a picture with a few girls is the same as getting shagged by 1,000 guys.
It's rationalising.
Don't compare me to Bonnie.
Honestly, what a guy.
Harrison Sullivan.
That's a good name.
That's-
I'm not mad at that name.
I love 2 first names. Side note, before we get into him, what a terrible username. HS Tiki-Taki. Oh, I thought we were on MySpace. I'm so glad you clarified. Gosh.
Yeah. What was everyone's first guy's friend on MySpace?
Jared?
Ted?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't on MySpace. I just said Jared.
It was a guy that you got automatically, and he posed like this, and it was someone.
Was it like when everyone got a new iPhone 10 years ago, we all got the U2 album?
Yes.
You're like, oh, I didn't want this, but now I have this.
Yeah, we all. But no free ticket to the Sphere. Okay, so it's just Tiki-Taki.
What was so interesting about him was he talked so much about how he was only in it for the profit.
Yeah.
He wasn't a good person. He was just there to make money. But he had no self-awareness despite having that basic level of self-awareness.
Yeah, but here's the thing. As a normal human, and I'm not saying that HS Tiki-Taki isn't a normal human. I think he's in extreme circumstances. I can understand why people want to follow this.
Yeah.
I can. I absolutely get you. You're watching this and you're thinking, I would love to provide like that. I would love to have a lifestyle like that. I'm living a normal 9 to 5 and it's not paying for anything.
Also, a lot of people are getting screwed over economically, so part of you is incentivized to screw them back,
Yeah, exactly.
so to speak.
And if the enemy is a woman, I get that. It's very easy to get gathered around someone that you hate, a group that you hate, than it is to find something uplifting. It just is.
That's how World War II started.
Yeah. And World War III is about women. It's fine. It's about us.
What was so interesting about Harrison, HS Tiki-Taki Sullivan, was, again, he, I believe, owned an agency that took care of OnlyFans models, yet he said multiple times they were disgusting, he hated them. If his daughter did something like that, he would disown them. Yet again, he would profit off of that. And I remember this moment where Louis Theroux was talking to him about, don't you see the contradiction here? And he's like, there's no contradiction.
And what I loved and thought was really fascinating was that his mom was in the documentary.
Yes, she was interesting.
So if you want to watch it, if you don't want to watch it, completely fine, because we watched it for you.
We watched it for you. We sat through these men for you.
Yeah, we sat through these men. Not on them, but through them. He was raised by a single mom.
Yeah, he was.
She seemed very sweet. In fact, I mean, by the end of the documentary, she comes in and she explains, I may not support everything that he says, but I want to support my child. Because I bet she benefits off of it.
Yeah, and you could tell that this was a woman who did love her son and that there was genuine love between the two of them.
Yeah.
It was, again, I don't love her son, but that felt like a real relationship.
Yes.
You know?
And she wanted a juice bar, right?
She wanted a juice bar, and he goes, Mummy, I don't want a juice bar. Mummy. I also want to talk about, since we're mentioning the end of the documentary, how he physically transformed over the course of that documentary.
Yes.
And by the end, he looks like Andrew Tate, basically.
Yes. Which, okay, so
Big Daddy Manosphere.
Big Daddy Manosphere, Andrew Tate. If you don't know him, I'm really jealous.
Oh, so lucky.
So lucky for you. So Andrew Tate is a man that goes off of being, what is masculinity?
The root cause of all of the world's problems is basically that there's not enough men who walk around their houses with swords. There's not enough men like me who do whatever they want.
It's also putting a woman in her place. It's knowing where you are. There's 2 lanes. That's the thing that all these streamers talked about several times is, I have my lane, she has hers. Okay. We've all learned that separate but equal does not work.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
A few Supreme Court cases have overruled this.
Right. So by the end, HS Tiki Taki has changed his entire look to look like Andrew Tate, which I think is interesting because I think subconsciously he's made Andrew Tate his father.
Yes, because again, it's established early on, he did not have a father figure growing up.
No.
Which is a common thing with most of these Manosphere men, which we'll get into.
Yes.
But not a dad around.
And not a dad around. And so what do you do if you don't have a father figure? You're naturally going to look for someone. If you don't have a strong teaching mentor, if you don't have a strong person to go after, you're going to go after someone that is always around. And guess what always is around? Your phone.
Your phone. And additionally, if the only person around is, let's say, your mom, and you have issues, you're going to blame your mom for everything because dad's not around. But who is around? Mom. Subconsciously, it must be mom's fault on some level.
Yeah, and she must be the reason I don't have a dad.
Yeah. And that's unfair for HS Tiki Taki's mom or any of their moms to deal with.
Yes. Okay, so the next guy that we had was Justin Waller.
People ask me why Miami, and I tell them because if it was 120 years ago, I'd be on a horse on the way to California to dig for gold. It's in me. I love it.
He was an interesting cat. He was this strawberry blonde man from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And he was the only one I could stomach listening to.
Yeah,
and
but that's what's dangerous about him.
Exactly. And then he would say something absolutely bad shit crazy.
For example, one-sided monogamy with his wife. So what he likes to do, if you don't know what one-sided monogamy is, it's just saying, I'm allowed to cheat on you. But, and he goes over, oh, no one understands this. The moment that I bring this up, even in the documentary, when
he gets so defensive so fast.
So fast, because he knows that this doesn't work. And his wife seemed to have it. I mean, she was beautiful.
Kristen seemed cool.
And not to be a full theater kid, but it really did remind me that this would be an incredible modern adaptation of either Oedipus or Doll's House. Ooh. I think Kristen made a birdcage that she likes to be out of. I think Kristen really likes the money, which, of course, I understand, girl. Get your bag.
She lives a very comfortable life, which, hey, if you just condone some, let's say, not so great behavior from your husband.
Yeah.
You get this comfortable house. You don't have to work.
And you're a mom, so you're providing for your children.
Yeah.
But also, they mentioned that when they got married, they didn't include the state. So if he bows out, she doesn't get anything.
She is screwed, and they talk about that in the documentary. And I remember there is this moment where he says, if it ended tomorrow, I expected him to follow that up with, I would still provide for Kristen. He just said, I'd still look back on those memories.
Yeah. The memories don't pay the bills, baby.
And again, I was ready for, if this ended tomorrow, Kristen is still the mother of my kids, and whether or not, it didn't work out, I would still make sure that she's taken care of. That's a normal thing to say.
Absolutely.
A good thing to say. No. He just went, but the memories were nice. This isn't high school.
I'll smoke a cigarette in Paris with my next wife, and I'll thank God.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
I also want to discuss, since we talked about HS Tiki Taki's mom, Justin Waller's mom, who he said burned down his family home for insurance money?
Yeah.
Which
no problems there. No problems there. Can't
Louis
imagine.
Theroux did not find any records of. This is not us saying that didn't happen. But
there's no proof.
There wasn't proof. It was just his own word.
Which again, if like there was a documentary and a woman claimed, "Oh, my mother burned this down," there was no proof of it. We would be slamming her.
We would be saying
she's crazy.
Grown-ups pay.
There's such a difference between a woman's insane versus a man is misguided.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Like, this is pretty crazy. So, Justin, I'll say, handsome.
Good looking dude.
He's definitely a wolf in sheepskin type of energy.
Yeah, he said he was the most polite. I love the way he spoke with his fans. He always said sir and ma'am and yeah, but
I mean, that's a good snake. If I was gonna pick someone that's gonna make it to the end, I'm gonna pick Justin Waller. My money is on that bet.
Yeah, but then he would just drop a bomb on you.
Of where women should be.
I also want to mention, remember when he said, Louis, look around. Can you name a single thing a woman built here? Nothing. It was all built by men, and that's just the facts.
And he goes, I don't know if that's true. That's a fact.
You know,
Don't women do that too?
I look around. Can you name anything that a woman has invented and built in our plain sight?
Around here?
Nothing. Men built all these buildings. They engineered them. They designed them.
Do we definitely know that?
It is a fact.
I'm sorry. Air conditioning?
Yeah, that was built by a woman.
That was built by a woman. Other products?
Well, I mean, like, it goes all the way. I mean, like, this stuff goes so far back to even witches, okay? Once again, another play I'm going to bring up, the Crucible. But, like, we're going all the way back to witches because guess what? They were labeled a witch because usually they were single and they had brooms. You know why? Because they understood that dust makes them sick. So they were pushing dust out of their house.
Really?
That's where that comes from. Is they just happen to be a single woman pushing dust out of their house. So they're like, she's crazy.
That's nuts.
So this isn't new.
Also, in general, when it comes to an invention, there's so many different parts to it, like the air conditioning, for example.
Yeah.
There was the cooling feature. There was the actual grate, which different people worked on. So there's a high chance a woman was probably involved in some respect.
Yeah, so it's fine that you believe that. I'm not going to debate with you, Mr. Justin Waller, but I will tell you, point blank, in my humble, correct opinion, you are wrong.
It's not fact.
It is a fact.
It's not who's the best, it's who's the loudest, who wins.
Yeah.
It's who's the loudest is going to be written down in history of like, that was a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have two daughters, to be benefiting off of it, to have a wife and children, to be like, oh, these are two separate things.
Would he be okay with his daughters being in a one-sided monogamy relationship? Would he be okay with another man doing that to his daughter?
Probably, I don't know.
I don't think so, because again, he continued to say, I don't promote it, I'm just honest about it, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Because he liked his wife having threesomes.
Yeah, and again, if they were just doing that and listen, I'm not gonna, you can do whatever you want.
We are not here to kink shame.
We're not here to kink shame. If you want to invite a third, great, good on you, as long as you're all consenting adults. The problem was, he said that certain behaviors of his were okay, but if she even veered in that direction, it was wrong.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do.
I am dead inside.
We're in a really hard spot culturally to be like, what is a good man? But also, who's benefiting? Because, I mean, everyone just wants money right now. And these people have a bunch of it. They're showing you, I live in this house. I'm a good trade broker deal person with money. I don't even understand how any of this works. But they're showing you this and then they're like, oh, buy my course. A lot of people are saying, buy my online course. That's how they're making a bunch of money. Mm-hmm. They're live streaming constantly.
Oh my goodness. They are. HS Tiki-Taki can't stop.
He can't stop. And so, I mean, he's like, oh, I'm not like others. I live stream everything. I don't edit it because I'm not fake news. And that's so crazy.
That was nuts. To say that during the live stream segment at the end while he was reading viewer comments to ask to Louis, I'm not fake. I don't edit this. Except I'm letting my fans tell me what to say.
Exactly. And also then to have his team edit together clips to make him look smart.
You know another thing that a lot of these Manosphere guys do?
What?
Podcasts. Which I think leads us to another guy in this documentary. I keep wanting to say the worst one, but I don't think I can. They're all pretty bad. Myron Gaines.
Oh, my favorite.
This was the only Manosphere person I was aware of prior to this documentary.
Oh, I didn't know any of them.
I had been familiar with this guy. Curtis Connor made a video about him.
Okay.
This guy is terrifying because he used to be a government employee.
Of course.
I believe he used to work in the Department of Security, or Homeland Security.
Good.
I want to fact check that, but he used to be in a position of power. And then he started live streaming and I think playing games on Twitch. And then he had the Fresh and Fit podcast, which is essentially a vehicle to humiliate women.
If women didn't have vaginas, most guys would not talk to you.
Fresh and Fit, he likes to bring people on, mainly women, and all these women stereotypically pretty. I would say we've got a lot of Miami 10s.
Gorgeous girls, probably under the age of
25. Coming on, and he'll go, tell me a country, tell me this, what's a hexagon, this and that, which is fine, but also rude at the end of the day. Rude.
I often think about if Billy Eichner came up to me on the street and said, for $1, name a woman, I might panic.
Yeah.
I might, Marlon Wayans, I don't know, I might panic.
Miss, for $1, name a woman.
Name a woman?
Yeah.
The fact that these women are being put on the spot to answer quote unquote basic questions, name a country. Most of us probably can, but here's the thing, if you can't, you're not a bad, stupid person.
Absolutely not.
And you're not unworthy of love or money or anything.
Also, I believe that they feed you alcohol. It's like a reality TV show. They're feeding you a bunch of alcohol. It's very early in the morning. These girls are super fit, so they're not carb loaded for a big race.
No, that was discussed by one of the people who worked for Myron, Icy, who then got shut down by Myron when she was talking to Louis, that they used to provide alcohol for these podcasting not screenings, tapings. They used to provide alcohol for these tapings, and it got a little crazy, a little heated. But of course, you're more inclined to say dumb stuff, and you're more inclined to not, have all of your cognitive functions. If you're a little crazy, if you're a little, turned on that drink. I can get away with saying that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and Myron, he had a girlfriend / fiance.
Yeah, Angie.
Oh.
I mean, there's a lot of Spanish women like this. They understand the truth, but they're always going to be combative and have an attitude towards it.
No, that's not true, Sneako. What the fuck?
Spanish girls don't have attitude?
They are spicy though.
Just Spanish? Some of them.
Angie, watch the fuck. What the fuck you say, man?
Yeah, that was attitude right there,
Chill
too.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're spicy.
Don't talk to Sneako like that ever again.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry,
man.
what was that?
Nice job. No, that was it. Solved it.
He was like, I don't want her on this documentary. I don't want any of this on this documentary because I chose this life. She didn't. But she chose to be with you, so here we are.
It's kind of like marrying a celebrity. You didn't choose to be a celebrity, but you know what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
If you marry someone, you're going to be somewhat publicly known, yeah.
Well, cut to the end of the documentary. They're not together anymore. And she actually posted recently saying, I'm really grateful for this documentary because I never really thought about it critically what I was putting myself in.
Oh gosh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so she's talking about how she's in intense therapy. She's actually in a very different relationship now. And it shows Myron talking about, he's like, oh yeah, she wanted a family and I can't provide that for her. And so it's like, you're telling women to pick a lane. I think you need to pick a lane. Are you a provider? Are you a father figure? Are you the leader? Are you going to do all these things? Are you going to sit down and be a good man? Or are you not? Because I don't think women are the thing that you're saying are the biggest enemy in your life. I just don't. I think most women don't even know you exist, and that's what bugs you.
That is such a good point, because men talk about how they have to provide for women, but they're too busy working for a relationship right now.
It's the same thing of like when someone accuses me of when I go on a date, and they're like, oh, you're just using me for my money. I'm wearing $200 Coco Chanel perfume. I'm wearing almost $300 worth of makeup. You think I'm using you for money?
We met on Hinge.
What money do you have?
What money do you have?
I wanted to get to know you. What money?
It's so egotistical when they're like, you're a gold digger. What gold do you have? Where is it?
I actually argue a man that's using a woman who's in her youth and her prime time and having the most status to be with a hot young thing, you're the real gold digger.
Yeah, because you can always get money back, you can't get time back.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
Myron, that moment where he's talking to Louis about his one-sided monogamy situation, and they bring Angie into it, then Angie leaves with the dog, and Louis says, wow, she looked really in pain while we were talking, and Myron goes, no, dog, she's fine. Really? She looked at, no, she's fine.
Yeah.
And also, side note, the only being I saw Myron be nice to in that entire documentary was his dog.
Yeah.
His dog, Sam.
I really would love there to be a moment where it's like, why are you so angry? Because I want to know why all of them are angry.
Yeah.
What are you angry about?
Want to talk about the last guy?
Absolutely.
Gonna be back. Let me jerk my eggs because Bill Gates doesn't want me to.
Sneako! Okay, so Sneako, tell me about him.
He was the biggest conspiracy theorist for sure.
Yes, he didn't start out that way though.
Because the Manosphere isn't just one thing. there are branches. You can be a different kind of manosphere influencer, whether it's looks maxing, or you're talking about finances, or you're talking about belittling women, or how everybody's a Satanist and the government is after us and trying to make sure that we lose. And Sam Smith is actually a lot more powerful than we think they are.
Bro, these Grammys people, look, if anyone has any doubts, this used to be something like in an Illuminati conspiracy video on YouTube in 2006. You would need to go play a Jay-Z song in reverse, and then there'd be subtle satanic messages. But have you noticed in the past 10 years, they're not even trying to be subtle.
He goes on this rant about how Sam Smith is destroying the music industry and uses these, he cherry picks these talking points about Sam Smith and Kim Petras' song Unholy, which is about, it's a fun song.
About infidelity.
It's about infidelity. It's got a gothic choir vibe, some religious imagery, and it's just a song. It's
just a song, but he's like, but why was he dressed up as the devil? Do you notice that the devil's around? He also brings up how there's so many magazines where models or people are covering up one of their eyes, and that's apparently a symbol for the devil.
And then Louis says, well, we've got two eyes, so it's either two or one or none. So yeah, some people are gonna pick one.
But I mean, it goes down to, if you're gonna look for it, you'll be able to find it. If you're focused on the positive, you'll be able to find the positive. If you focus on the negative, you're gonna find the negative. And if you focus on every single type of symbol, you're gonna be able to find it.
It's kind of like when you go through a breakup and then everything reminds you of your ex.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, we're eating tortilla chips. We got Mexican food once. Yeah, 3 months ago, it's done. It's that kind of thing where, oh, I can see a painting that has red in it. You know what the devil's favorite color is? It's that kind of thing where you're looking for the patterns and the brain is drawn to patterns. And I also think this comes back to the whole manosphere thing. Our brains are wired to look for patterns and to look for solutions. And unfortunately, the world has a lot of gray areas. And so if you are a young man or a young person, but specifically in this instance, a young man growing up, you want easy solutions to explain what's going on? Why don't I have money? Why isn't my dad around? Oh, because of this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she like me back? She can't be a complicated person who maybe views me as a friend or simply isn't attracted to me or interested. No, she's all of these expletive, terrible Jezebel things.
Yes.
Her femininity is being stripped from her because she has an opinion. You're actually okay. It's this insane...
It's an insane world.
High energy. High energy.
Which brings me to, I think there should be a double feature. So if you haven't seen it yet, enjoy. And if you have seen it, I hope you've seen the limited series that Netflix did last year called Adolescence.
My question, Jamie, is why do you have an Instagram account?
I think there's something to be said of Adolescence, the limited series that swept the award season.
It did. Owen Cooper, dude.
Beautiful work.
Tiny kid, great performance.
Amazing work. It is about what happens with all of this toxic masculinity being shoved down the throat of these prepubescent boys. Mm-hmm. Where does that go? Well, it's going to go somewhere. And so I think there's something really powerful of watching Adolescence and the Into the Manosphere at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Because those are the two sides of this argument. Women don't have it fair, and men don't have it fair. They're completely different battles. But what's happening is people are like, I'm going to benefit off of other people watching me. And once again, the people that are going to win are not the brightest, but the loudest. Mm-hmm. And Justin Waller, hey, I know you're watching this, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
He, I think, was the most dangerous because he looked the most right. He has the suit. He's got the fancy wallet. Yes, I have a wife. I have children. I also know what a man needs.
I love my daughters. I have good manners. I'm polite when meeting fans. He was the most normal to Louis. He was the most, oh yeah, I'll actually talk to you and engage with you on some level. Got defensive in some places, but he wasn't rude like Tiki-Talkie.
Or Myron. Myron's pretty rude.
Myron was so evasive. Mm-hmm. Sneako was just kind of freaky. And then, also, Eddie Matthews, HS Tiki-Talkie's friend.
Yeah.
He believed that aliens built the pyramids.
It is a fact.
I remember he hit on someone's mom and it was weird. And that was the highlight of that guy.
And before we wrap this up, HS Tiki-Talkie had a moment where he's beat someone up on
Yes. There was this weird phenomenon, I want to say. Again, another part of the manosphere where HS Tiki-Talkie falls under this. I think Ed Matthews does too. Of see, we're not the predators. We're going to stop the real predators. And it's this weird to catch a predator thing. So at one point in the documentary, HS, I think, messages a guy pretending to be a girl under some circumstances, and it's an older guy and he thinks he's meeting up with a younger girl. The guy shows up to the meetup, realizes he's been played, and then tries to run away, and they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, pretty intense.
It escalates, and I don't know how it got there. Again, I don't quite remember.
Yeah, they edited it in a very interesting way.
So
but
you don't know who initiated the fight, but still, this would not have happened if HS Tiki Taki hadn't tried to play vigilante Batman.
Yeah. And so once again, it's like, oh, I'm going to protect. But then girls are allowed to become women. And so then the views change. I mean, it's all of this back and forth of like, there's no right or wrong. Oh, women should be like this. Girls should be like this. I'm going to profit off of OnlyFans, but I'm not going to protect women at the same time. I'm going to judge you, but I'm going to profit off of you.
I wouldn't want my daughter doing this, but I'm going to call my girlfriend a dishwasher.
My best friend is a homosexual, but if my son came out gay, I would disown him.
Mm-hmm. I'm not anti-Semitic. I have Jewish friends, yet I'm going to continue to say so many anti-Semitic things, which also links to all the conspiracy theories, because there's so many. Speaking of World War II from earlier, there are so many disgusting conspiracy theories that boil down to the idea that Jewish people are destroying the world.
Yeah.
Insane.
Wrong.
No. And also that's just a very understated way to put it, destroying the world. There's so many disgusting anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that have festered their way into the manosphere, where again, someone like HS Tiki Taki can say horrible things about Jewish people, but don't worry, he has a Jewish friend, so it's okay.
Exactly. And so I'm not like others, but you are.
You are.
Saying that you are the exception is not correct. None of us are the exception, because we've all been played.
It is a fact.
I think we've both learned a lot from the Manosphere.
Yep.
What are you going to take away from it after watching this documentary?
Oh.
As a man.
As a man, being the man that I am, well, I'm taller than most men, so number one, I'm going to step on them all. My main takeaways are if I have kids, we're putting like parental controls on a lot of things. I really never saw myself as one of those overreaching parents, but holy cow, there are different struggles to raising children. If you are raising a girl, it's about protecting her. If you're raising a boy, it is about making sure they don't turn out to be a piece of crap.
Yeah, and I think that's really hard. I mean, I don't even know how to explain to parents that are raising young children right now that you're not the one that's parenting them.
Yeah.
You might be physically there, but if that phone is always around, they might be listening to that more than they'll ever listen to you.
And it could be Miss Rachel. It could be Blue's Clues. It could also be Andrew Tate.
Dun dun dun.
Dun.
Enter the Manosphere. Look, I got sad, but I tried to understand. And you know what? I really did have empathy for these men.
I did.
Yeah, I have empathy for you because I can't imagine walking around being that upset all the time. And I wish you all well. And genuinely, I hope you get a big hug from the father figure you're obviously missing.
I felt for these men in a lot of ways. There have always been parts of myself that were insecure, didn't believe in myself, and I did see some of that in these guys. But it became a twisted, disgusting, hateful, just taking advantage of other people monster thing. And that I don't agree with.
And what's a bummer is I feel like all of them could be so much even more powerful if they chose the right way to go about it.
You have somehow amassed a platform in a world of 8 billion people. Mm-hmm. People know your name for whatever reason, and this is what you're choosing to do with it. Please do better, to say the least.
Some are born with greatness, and some have greatness
thrust upon them.
And that's Shakespeare. Read a book.
With great power comes great responsibility. And that's Spider-Man. Watch a movie.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.
And that's Rage Bait.